the vocabulary of gratitude or thank. Maybe is a blessing, and therefore we ought to say thank you. Now, this blessing in disguise that the equity, none of us can claim that this is my right. No. It is because Equity Foundation, rather it is because it is not a right, but it is minutes of sharing. And remember this as a takeaway as you go home tomorrow. Let us also always be saying thank you for the big and the small ways that people come into our lives, opportunities that each and everyone gets in life. Tuwe watu wa kusema asante. Ukipoa pipi kwenye masomo, tuwe na.
Tumpigie Father makofi mengine. Amesema tuwe na mioyo ya kusema asante. So sisi tutachukua muda mrefu, nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kumkiss his counterpart from Loima, alafu baadaye atamkaribisha director kutoka
thank you. But say thank you. You just put into your mind and say, one day, Padre Francis supported us. And if God is going to bless us, we are also going to do what? To support or to bless the other people. Thank you so much for your wisdom, a word of encouragement. Yeah, colleague, county projects coordinator, come and say a word before I invite.
For those who come from Loima, I'm Anam Patrick Naukot, Sub-County Director of Education, Loima. At the same time, I'm supporting the CD's office as County Projects Coordinator. And today, we are so privileged to be here for somebody just thinking about us, thinking our well-being, making sure we have gone to school. And that is the World Bank, the government of Kenya, and Equity. So, nationally, through the media, that these people are going to get these slots. Apparently, World Bank has been so kind to us to make sure those in Kakuma refugee camp and also those who are closer, I mean in Turkana County, get their lion's share. So it has happened in this year and previously for those who are in Form 3. So it's up to you. You use this opportunity to make sure you make the face of that family to be better. Most people are given this opportunity and they go and change the face of that family. They go and change the way they want to become in the future. And at long last, some even excel and come back. When we were in the other venue, at least we were able to be inspired by Dr. Mwangi on the opportunity you have been given so that you can become a global scholar. So try to use this opportunity. Try to use this opportunity and go and excel. Otherwise, I say thank you.
Thank you so much, my colleague, the Sub-County Director of Education, Loima, and as well as County Projects Coordinator. I know when in the government, the protocols are always being followed. When the CEO, the manager, Dr. Mwangi spoke, so all what we had prepared became null and void. But we will not just leave it like that. We will try to summarize whatever we had presented. It will be painful for us when we will not talk to you. Yet we had spoken or talked to our young girls there. My young sons here, take this opportunity. The theme for 17, solve, sustain what? Sustain what?
Quality
Sustain
of
what?
gratitude or thank you
Sustain what?
in our wedding.
Sustain what? You do
So
what?
that every
You turn challenges into
small
what?
thing
Into
that you
solutions.
receive
This is just what
from
God has
others,
blessed all of
from
us.
God,
They
maybe
have not spoken about problems. sustain what? They have spoken about what? They sustain what? Parents, what we sustain what? On our daily. You do what? You turn challenges into what? I beg into solutions. Way. This is just occurrence. We miss what we meet on our daily. If I had gotten this opportunity, please, I beg you in a special way, the sub-account director of education, take this opportunity very seriously. I could have been far, far away. For us, we missed. Maybe, and that's why we are called sub-account directors of education. Businesses. We missed the opportunity you guys have. I missed that opportunity. If I had gotten this opportunity, I couldn't have been the sub-account director of education here in Turkana. Opportunity. Not that my parents were poor. These guys, they were very rich with the domestic animals, and they could not even sell one. We would like be honest and be we would like. That's my humble appeal. You don't wait. I will leave many things. I will leave many things. So, for us, as a greater challenge now that you are going to solve, in your institutions, in your community, whether from Kalobe or Kakuma, my family, that God has given me this opportunity. I am going to meet this opportunity. I am going to migrate you from Kakuma, to migrate you from Kakuma and go and live in Nairobi, And lastly, what is your action plan? Your action plan means lead with purpose. Stand up for what is right. Stay humble and inspire everyone around you through your daily actions. Inspire the others. Challenge the others through your daily what? Actions. That's how we are going to tell you are a leader. Solve courageously. Don't fear. And I am happy. You know all your rights. But sometimes we do abuse those rights. And that is why we take even to our public schools. There is a Basic Education Act. You are being called a learner, a student in a public institution. If you want to be blessed, follow routines of the institution. And lastly, give back through mentorship and environmental conservation and continuous community service. You are an ambassador of our own people every time by taking back to our community and to the people God has entrusted to serve us, to give us energy. And may Almighty God bless all of us as we are journeying this. That is my humble prayer to you, my students, my sons, and God will continue protecting you. Now, in a special way, invite the county director to make his remarks. Karibu.
Good afternoon. Hey, boys, good afternoon. Good afternoon, men. Okay, thank you. Chance. I came in late and we left hurriedly because we were expected elsewhere. My name is Levi, here on behalf of the County Director of Education, Turkana County. Dr. Lubanga is away on official duty. Because we fall within our fraternity. Now, the principals behind you. Are you okay? They were introduced? Okay, stand up and wave our principals who are here. Just wave to them. If you are a principal, just stand and wave to them. Taraj. That's the deputy principal, Taraj Senior School from Amkura High School. Yeah, and I know the rest, other side, the other side. So yesterday we spent some time at Tumaini Girl, and I think they're okay. So we thought that it is wise we pass by. Again, we dialogue with you, we listen to you. Privilege of coming late or last in such a setup is that so many issues the past speakers would have touched on so many, but enrich it further so that life continues. I wish to recognize the Equity Group led by Bwana Nelson here. I wish also to recognize from where the Department of Register has been here and has already shared with you issues touching on the Shirika plan. The Deputy County Commissioner, Turkana West, I think, did the officials from the headquarters visit you? Were they here? Madam Martha Kirapa and the rest? Chepto? Yeah, some of them were here, and I'm sure they introduced themselves. Back to business now. In the morning, we had the privilege of listening to the president, to the Equity Group Foundation. And I'm sure if you are keen, you are well informed now, that as a leader, you're supposed to be at a certain level as you move forward. My background is a teacher, and I've been in quality assurance for some time. Basically, our work is to be keen on issues touching on quality in terms of implementation of the curriculum. That is what we normally do. And sometimes we are hard, sometimes we are not hard. But we are keen on one big thing, how we will move forward in terms of advancing your careers, so that the transition is quite clear. We normally cut across so many department engine of the Ministry of Education, because there's no way they can do without the quality assurance department. And basically, with the time, quality assure a number of, not only students, even our colleagues in the profession. And at some points, we normally make keen recommendations so that the system can work the way it is envisaged. The issue of implementation of those things we recommend, we normally leave it to a certain cadre of our officers, the education officers. They normally pick it up from there. We don't normally really implement, but we normally act accordingly to a certain level. To hear that out of what we did, 45 students are proceeding to from the refugee class on our side. I was privileged to work around in every school within the camp here. I know all the corners of those schools, and I know how you behave there. And to some extent, me and him, I think we'll count at one place or the other, yeah. With the refugee people and the Ngao people. Conference. Our theme, that's something which you run away, is what is going. Don't leave this place the way you came. Girls were so happy, and I could see them in life. It's for me to wrap up, but he equally ran through everything. And this is how I'm going to do it. Number one, I'm going to touch on your story. Yesterday, towards the tail end of the day, your colleagues were here. Abraham was here. To engage them in a discussion, their story. And I was very much keen on how they're bringing everything out. Their story, according to me, is your story. What they were telling us, to a large extent, is what you have gone through. So after some time, I could see that you are sailing on the same page. You are on the same page with them. What were they telling us yesterday? They were telling us that, in spite of those challenges, there is a way. They have gone around everything until they have overcome them. And until they are somewhere. They were telling us that with patience, courage, there is the next step. In short, they were telling us that don't give up. Don't give up in life. Because after all, challenges are part of life. That one was my takeaway from yesterday and from what I heard today. Number two, to a large extent, we have been informed that leadership, and especially purpose-driven leadership, includes knowing what you stand for, understanding the difference you want to make, and using your abilities to serve others and create meaningful change. Be it at your home, even when you are, wherever you are, in your school, you are a leader in a given manner. I was to urge you, number three. My takeaway number three is that education has a purpose. Education can open doors, and wide doors, to skills, knowledge, careers, innovation, leadership, entrepreneurship, name all that. I know to a large extent, not all of you can be doctors. Not all of you can teach us. Not all of you can be engineers. Life has a way of balancing that we have a cadre in that direction. We have others who will serve us from this. Some are a bit lengthy, some are a bit like that. But all of them form.
Create a
When you are
challenge
greeting somebody,
now
there's no way you can do like this.
in your institution or
We can have a complete community. When you are greeting somebody, there's no way you can do like this and they greet people. No. You will end up. There is a reason as to why God created us like that. End up being issues. We name them. To you, the national society. Start by leading yourself, and Dr. Mwangi was quite elaborate on that. Four, you should know how to guide yourself. When it comes to leadership, the theme of this Congress, leadership, you start by leading yourself, and Dr. Mwangi was quite elaborate on that. You should know how to. Integrity. It begins with self-leadership. Resilience. And there are several issues which touch on that, including leadership, discipline. So many things have been touched on. Number five, I told you I'm just doing a wrap-up because innovation, so many things have been touched on. Doesn't always in a different way. It simply requires you to think of doing things in a different way. It simply requires you to think of a new process. It simply requires you to think of a new process. A new connection. Where we come from, you should be thinking, you as scholars of equity, what do we already have and now start thinking on how to offer solutions. And there are several things. Time. Because you have time. There's enough time. There's enough time. You have knowledge. You have knowledge. Skills. And see, those are the talents they are able. Long time ago, I used to hear 100 meters what? Polereng. Yeah. And they won medals for Kenya, just from around here in Turkana. And they made it. Kindly don't lose that talent you have. We in quality assurance and in education, we keep on encouraging our teachers. We have, to some extent, advise them that when they notice a talent in any learner, let them take it up from there. Forward. I know most of you, now that we are in the era of World Cup, at least you have your best team. Which one is it? Spain. Why Spain? Because of what you normally see. The abilities they display, the talent. Why not Kenya? Why not Sudan? Why not Uganda? So that is the variance anyway. And that's how things. Which child closer to me? Which one action will I take here moving forward? And lastly, do I really want my leadership to be remembered or be forgotten here? Is leadership. Already there is what we call, as a leader, as a young leader now, bullying others to break school rules? Is it performing your duties well inside, given that opportunity? So the ball is in your court. All equity has given you is an advantage. It has made things easy for you to jump to the next side. So take advantage. Kindly take citing you. If you are not careful, the girls will take advantage. So wake up. Boys, are you getting me? Yeah. Responsibility. Because positions are, it's only one position. We may not make it. It's only one, that seat is not meant for one person. So don't wait for positions. Number two, we should be able to turn challenges into possibilities. Let us go slow and even stop on complaining about what is wrong. In your setup, if school lunch delays, don't just start complaining. Find out what might have been the challenges. That's how you reason as a leader now. If you discover there is no water in school, don't start rioting. Go deeper. Stop first and think, what might have happened? And what is being done? You are a leader now. And through that, you will make your impact last. You have to sustain it. You are growing up in circumstances that require courage, adaptability, and determination. But never allow your circumstances to convince you that your dreams are too big. You may not have all the answers. You may not know exactly where your journey will take you. That is okay. Leadership does not require having all the answers. Leadership requires the courage to ask better questions. You have to listen, learn, collaborate, and act. Your greatest contribution may not be solving every problem, but it may be inspiring another young person to believe that they too can solve a problem. It may be starting a small initiative that grows over time, the way Dr. Mwangi did. It may be developing a technology solution through your tech hubs here. It may be promotion of peace. It may be creating employment. It may be becoming a teacher, a doctor, you can name them, or a leader in your community. So don't ask, what can someone do for you? Ask, how can I lead today? And don't ask only, what will I become? Ask, what difference will I make? Actually, it is meant to turn your challenges into solutions. How? I hope we are listening carefully. That is the message I had for you today. Thank you. Normally, somehow stick to protocol the way we have been instructed. So my senior, the CDE, requested me now to deliver that message as we come to the close of this session. We gather equity group by repeatedly exposing it. The most functional one is the positive permanent change of behavior. Indeed, education is expected to provide solutions to societal challenges and problem solving. The core values are the conditions under which the education system produces who has the knowledge and skills to live a life of civility. One who strives for the common good, she or her responsibilities to the society. The citizen can fight for her or his rights, but always with an awareness of and with respect for the rights and interests of others, their neighbors, minorities, and of the worst, for their enemies. It is the citizens that make up the civilized society by purpose-driven leadership. This is where you discover what deeply motivates you and model those genuine values through everyday action. As a student who inspires to be a purpose-driven leader, I advise you to regularly reflect your livelihood. Purpose-driven leadership cannot be found in a toxic environment where learners are restless, agitated, harmony between humans and nature. As the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Education, has provided guidelines on the Settlement Kenyatta Foundation, have been detailed to carry out case management within the basic education regulatory framework. And the environment in harmony. Take this Congress seriously so that you don't miss to be part of the civilized society. Thank you, Dr. Lubanga, CDE, Turkana County. Thank you. I think I'm done. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Director. Learners, are you happy now? You've understood everything. You now understand why we love you so much, isn't you? Our dear principals, asanteni sana. Our priest, Father Francis, asante sana kuja ku-encourage vijana. So mko tayari, si ndio? You are ready to move to the next level, Ama mmogopa? Inaonyesha kuwa you are confident. Sawa sawa. We are being given information yesterday that this year we had, unfortunately, we are not able to fill those chances. We are only able to get 45. 25 zikabaki zikarudia donors. 5 of you to Canada. Equity Bank was flying 101 to various universities. And of the 121, 5 of them are refugees. So opportunities are very many. It's your time to take advantage of these opportunities. The only way you can take advantage of these opportunities is to make sure that whatever you've been told here, you put them into practice. And as human beings, everybody loves to be associated with successful people. Nini na kupiga teke. Nasema potelea mbali kwa maanguka. Nobody wants to associate themselves with failures. Sawa sawa. So I'll take karibu sana.
Yeah, thank you for the golden opportunity. The group CEO, the students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, I would like to thank the Almighty, our Creator, for the gift this time and with the strength that we can sit here. My name is Pal Lam Koch from the Great Ludo Boy Senior School. Very happy to be here and happy also to be a beneficiary of the Elimu Scholarship, to give this vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow students here, that the Equity Group Foundation program that will help the refugee students to get education. We are highly grateful of that one. That we are able to think big, not just locally here, but we can think globally of going to Africa and to the world, turning enough that has with bright futures that are going to change the society and bring transformation. What I can tell you, my fellow students, we can make a change. The word refugee cannot limit us. We are the leader of tomorrow, opportunity. And remember this, success comes when opportunity meets preparation. That's when sometimes back in Form 1. And funny enough, now we are in Form 3. So we need...
Even if you didn't listen to all of us, at least you can listen to him. The gentleman from the great Lodwa Boys High School. Nawatarach? At least Muko to come and close for us with a word of prayer. Lazima tupate blessings, sit in the front. The gentleman, tutasimama nyuma, sawa sawa. Tupigwe picha moja nzuri sana. Tutashare na nyinyi pia mweke nini? Msave kama wallpaper kwa simu zenyu. Si sawa? Tukishamaliza wageni tunaenda kupanda miti kuonyesha kwa tumekuwa. Tuwezi wa release leo kwa sababu ya 1, 2, 3.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together today. Yes, foundation. We thank you for the generosity of those who have made this support possible. May their kindness become a source of hope, transformation, and a brighter future for these young people. Lord, bless these students, courage when they face difficulties, and humility to appreciate the opportunities they have received, not only for their own success, but also to serve their families, communities, and our country and their respective countries of origin. When they feel discouraged, remind them that they are capable and that their dreams are worth pursuing. When they succeed, keep them humble and grateful. May they never forget those who believed in them and supported them along the way. We pray also for the Equity Foundation, its leadership, staff, partners, and all sponsors. Continue to bless their work of empowering young people through education. May their generosity touch many more lives and open doors of opportunity for those who need it most. Finally, Lord, guide us all to become people who give hope to others. May these students one day become a blessing to others, just as they have been blessed today. And we entrust all of them into your loving hands and ask you to accompany them throughout their studies and their lives. And we ask this through